Folks, welcome to East Chattanooga. As you can see, we've reached the end of the railroad. We can't go much further. So what we need to do in order to return back to Grand Junction is turn our steam locomotive around on our turntable. Now, our turntable is manufactured a few years after 4501 in 1916 by the American Bridge and Iron Foundry for the Central of Georgia Railroad. Now, the Central of Georgia Railroad used this turntable down in their Macon, Georgia facility for about 9 years, but they quickly outgrew it and moved it to Cedartown at the end of one of their branch lines where it was using smaller locomotives. See, back in the day, everybody was building their railroads, pulling longer and heavier trains, needing bigger and bigger steam engines. So as you soon to see, 4501 and its tender barely fit on our table. From coupler face to coupler face, it's 85 feet long. Our table's 80 feet long, weighing in at 80 tons. So when 4501 is on the table, that coupler is going to cross right across that white road as we turn it. Now, I mentioned this was 80-foot long, 80-ton table, just to get a perspective of that weight. I'm sure you've seen the space shuttle before, right? At least once or twice out of its 50-plus missions. And it's sitting on the pad at Cape Canaveral with no fuel and no payload. It weighs 75 tons. So our little 80-foot table weighs 5 times more than the space shuttle at that point. Now, back in the day as well, this was also known as an Armstrong table. Armstrong. When the locomotive was balanced on the table and sitting there ready to go, 6 to 8 men would get out, utilizing poles at the end of the turntable. They would turn it by hand. Okay, not only Armstrongs, but strong arms, back, legs, everything it takes to turn the table.
Yes.
Kind of like our conductor Dave here. He's got strong arms. It's this guy here. You know, Dave's been railroading for just a little bit. Just wondering, I've never really known just how long. How long have you been railroading?
Then I got here about 3 p.m. today.
That doesn't make me feel good.
Believe it or not, this is my 40th year, 4-0.
He's been doing it for quite a while. So we make a great team here. We like to have fun while we do our work, but we also like to do our work safely. Now 4501, when it comes on the table, it is, as I mentioned, 45 foot from coupler to coupler. There's about 9 inches of rail in front of those pilot wheels. And there's about 9 to 10 inches of rail behind the tender wheels. This barely fits on this table. But even weighing in at 215 tons, plus the 80-ton table, we're about to turn 300 tons here right in front of you. Now in 1982, we brought the table up here, installed it about $100,000, $105,000 I've heard. And when we did that, we also electrified the table. But don't worry about Dave and I. Electricity will not flow through the mass conductor.
Oh.
One person's listening over here. Okay. So we went from using 6 to 8 men down to Super Dave and one finger. That electricity provides the power to turn a 25 horsepower motor that is underneath that operator's shaft. Now our engineer, Brian Hunt, and his fireman, Zach Langley, are about to bring 4501 on the table. Now it is very precise. Super Dave is going to talk him down to the foot as he guides him to this spot right here. There we go. I got my pants pressed there. So here we go. 74501, as I mentioned, built in 1911 by Baldwin Locomotive Works. And the 905 locomotive and 2
It's a movie.
wheels are 16 inches in diameter. Now when 4501 hooked up to our train this afternoon about 3 o'clock, in the tender behind the cab of the locomotive was 16 tons of coal and 13,000 gallons of water. As you can see, how come that locomotive can reach 215 tons. Now as we use the locomotive over tomorrow, it's of course going to get pretty ignited. We'll have to reload it before Sunday. It's not very efficient. That's why diesel electric locomotives came on the scene. They were very efficient, required less downtime, less mechanical repair, and they were on the rails earning money for the railroad a lot more than steam engines. The Southern Railroad used this steam locomotive for their mainline freight service. When they were finished with it, they sold it to the K&T, Kentucky and Tennessee Railway, and they used it for their coal service. And then in the early 60s, the CBRM got their hands on the locomotive and brought it here to Chattanooga. Now we are going to run our track on Thursday left at track 2. And then we'll take the 4501 down past that train through a switch, and then he will back up onto track 1 and come up to the back of our passenger car. Okay, they're lined up there to take 4501 off the table. And as they do that, we have Robert down there playing banjo for our entertainment. The depot is open with snacks and drinks. And then we can reboard the train and we'll head back over to Grand Junction.